Thank you very much. Good morning to all of you, all of us. I wish to thank Professor Alberto Amaral for being here with us today in this important day. And I also are very grateful for the presence of our Vice Rector, Filipe Vaz, Alexandra, our representative of the President of the Institute, who is in Guinea-Bissau today, so he couldn't attend. That's why she has been replaced by our colleague Alexandra Gomes. And also our colleague, I can say that you are our colleague because he's a professor of the University of Minho, but he's also a member of the Câmara Municipal, City Hall of Braga, and is representing the president of City Hall because he's also in Brussels and he could not come. And so I thank you all for being here because this is really very important. And I also want to address my, not congratulations, felicitations, no, my thanks for Dr. I forgot her name. Nuno Azevedo, I'm sorry, who is representing the Fundação Belmiro de Azevedo, and also Dr. Daniel Carvalho, who has been working with us in very close relation from the EDULOG, is the representative of EDULOG, and we are really very grateful for the address that you made from the Fundação Belmiro de Azevedo to have invited us to collaborate with you in this event. It's a pity there are few people here, but we have 80 people registered. Maybe they come today, this morning, but it's a pity they are not here to know the people and for this opening ceremony. Anyway, thank you for the collaboration. Now, in terms of the meeting, we expect that it is profitable to all of us, especially with the interconnection, the work that we can do in terms of organizing projects for the future, to make a relationship with different partners from different countries that are here represented. And I hope when you leave this meeting, you are happy and you want to come back again to visit us next time. Especially our conferencists that came from Italy and from Finland. No, Sweden, Annika, sorry. Thank you for coming, and I wish you have a pleasant time here with us.
Good morning, all. I would like to start by greeting my colleagues in the table, Professor Alberto Amaral, Vice Rector Filipe Vaz, Professor Miguel Bandeira, and my colleague, Professora Graça Carvalho. It is with pleasure that I will welcome you to our institute on behalf of our president, as Professor Graça already told, is in Guinea-Bissau. So it's my job to welcome you and make you feel at home during these 2 days of the conference. This theme of the conference, early childhood education, is very dear to us here in the Institute because even though we believe that education is a lifelong process and it happens throughout our lives, and regardless of the age, being young or old, we know also that in the early childhood education is crucial because it's the beginning of our journey and our learning journey, and so there's where we build the foundations for the future. In the Institute, we not only train professionals, teachers and other professionals in education to deal with these young children, we also develop research concerning these early years, and we are also involved with cooperation in society and with organizations a little bit all over the world. And so it is, this event, I think, is a good example and an example that we want to replicate of this partnership with the society. And I also would like to compliment the EDULOG that is present here in the presence of Nuno Azevedo and congratulate this partnership that I think is very interesting. I also would like to say a word of appreciation to the organizing committee for this initiative. We all know how hard work this involves, and so it's nice that people still are willing to do this and to make this contribute to our institute. And finally, I just want to wish you all a fruitful conference. May these 2 days be intense, be a reflexive ones, sharing ideas and discussion about what science has to teach us regarding the early education childhood. I expect you feel at home, as I said in the beginning, and welcome again. Thank you very much.
Bom dia, good morning. Just one word to welcome special our guests and in the name of the mayor and the city hall, I appreciate and I said thank you to choose Braga for this congress. Well, I represented the community and for that I speak in Portuguese. Queria só, em nome do Sr. Presidente da Câmara Municipal de Braga, que se encontra em Bruxelas, naturalmente cumprimentar em primeiro lugar o Sr. Professor Filipe Vaz, portanto, a representação do Sr. Reitor, a professora Alexandra Gomes, também em nome do Instituto de Educação, a professora Graça Carvalho, como diretora do Centro e coordenadora e principal responsável da organização deste evento. Naturalmente, uma palavra especial ao professor Alberto Amaral, que é coordenador e membro do Conselho Consultivo e figura de referência da educação e da cultura em Portugal. É também com muito prazer que tenho a honra e o privilégio de partilhar a mesa. Queria só referir que, fundamentalmente, que Braga tem feito, de facto, um grande esforço em aproximar-se das universidades, das instituições de ensino superior. Recordo que, embora a Universidade de Minho tenha e desenvolva esse protagonismo, temos neste momento mais 2 estabelecimentos de ensino superior sediados no Conselho, bem, um deles mais antigo até, que é a Universidade Católica. Temos centros de investigação e transferência de conhecimento, alguns internacionais, como do qual se destaca o Laboratório de Nanotecnologia, e muito particularmente também temos um conjunto, um tecido empresarial, chamemos-lhe assim, que reflete, digamos, este dinamismo entre os centros produtores de conhecimento e, digamos, a vida ativa e o mundo produtivo e do trabalho. Há também um esforço muito recente na abertura ao mundo. Enfim, eu próprio, na semana passada, estive em Moçambique, a vereadora da Cultura na principal feira internacional do livro, que este ano foi dedicada a Portugal no México, em Guadalajara. O Sr. Presidente também tem desenvolvido uma atividade intensa ao nível europeu e, portanto, é com muito mais do que gosto, é naturalmente com muito empenho que a Câmara, a comunidade, que no fundo é o que representamos nesta circunstância, está aqui presente para apoiar, para felicitar e, naturalmente, disponibilizar-se para aquilo que é necessário, que é continuar a abrir-nos ao mundo e a desenvolver este trabalho. Muito obrigado.
Good morning, everybody. first of all, it's an enormous pleasure for us to welcome you all. Well, some of you already here, but for our guests visiting us from abroad, especially, it's our privilege to have you here. But I would like to start, my very brief presentation by sending my compliments, first of all, to my esteemed colleagues, Graça and Alexandra, but also to our colleague, twice colleague, first of all, our professor, Miguel Bandeira, but also in representation of our mayor, which is also an honor to have you here in this session. But last but not least, to Professor Alberto Amaral, in the name of our rector. He sends his compliments. He's very happy to have you here. Also the representatives of the Belmiro de Azevedo Foundation, but also all of you present here. Our rector would like to, or in his name, I'm very honored to have you here. I hope this conference might be. It is. I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting exchange of ideas and scientific discussions. It's also a pleasure because it's inserted in one of the main areas of research of our institute, CIEC, which is very active in this kind of discussions, and so it's an honor for us to welcome here, and so it's my privilege to address you the compliments of our rector, and I hope this conference might be a very fruitful and very productive discussion throughout the entire program, which I've seen. It's quite impressive. Thank you.
Well, dear friends and colleagues, it's a pleasure to be here once more at the University of Minho. I come here very frequently, and to be in this opening session of the conference on early childhood education. Engineer Belmiro de Azevedo had a passion for education, and throughout all his life, he believed that good education and development societies are closely connected. And so he has left us with this task of promoting education in society and raising the interest of society in matters closely related to education problems. This he has done using the Foundation Belmiro de Azevedo. The Foundation has created a program called EDULOG. And this program has a number of activities. One of them is this yearly international conference. Also promotes the Edu Talks, which are small conferences on relevant themes of the actuality. And it also supports research projects on areas of education. The University of Minho, I want to say how grateful I am to the University of Minho and the Tutor Center of Child Studies, and I express my thanks in Professor Graça Carvalho, who is here with us at the table. And I'm sure that this will be an important conference, that it will discuss very relevant themes, and that in the end of the day, we'll leave this room being happy and satisfied with the discussions and debates that are going to take place. Thank you very much.